Well, good morning. This is Joe Hoff from the Gateway Pundit, and I'm just honored to have on the phone here Colonel Richard Black. And as we briefly mentioned, Colonel, I'm with the Gateway Pundit. My twin brother Jim started the site about 15 years ago, and it's become one of the largest conservative sites on the internet today. We're getting about 1.5 million, well, actually more than 1.5 million viewers per day on average, and that we expect that to grow probably to at least around 2 million by the time of the election, barring, I guess, no more interference from some of these, from whomever. We have a number of followers, and we're here today to talk to Colonel Black about the proposed military coup. So welcome and thank you so much, Colonel. Maybe perhaps we could start off. You could just tell us briefly a bit of your background, and then we'll jump into the topic of the military coup.
Yes, well, thank you very much. My background, I started in the Marines. I was a helicopter pilot, flew 269 combat missions, and then fought on the ground with the 1st Marine Division, and was wounded. Both of my radio men killed during an attack. Later went to law school, and I was a career judge advocate officer, and eventually became the chief of the Army Criminal Law Division in the Office of the Judge Advocate General at the Pentagon. I played a key role in deploying the 7th Infantry Division to quell the 1992 LA riots, and what my play in it involved the Insurrection Act, so I'm very familiar with that. I also mentioned I spent 20 years as a member of the Virginia General Assembly. Spent 8 years in the House, and then had an interruption, and then had 8 years in the Senate after that, and retired early this year.
Wow, very, 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 very impressive. So recently there was a video that came out where you shared your concerns with what's going on with the military, and basically there were efforts to squash President Trump, and maybe even some concerns that people are having about some sort of perhaps even a military coup after an election where the election results wouldn't be announced right away like traditionally we have in the U.S., and that the prolonged election then allows for voter fraud and Democrat theft of both House, Senate, and the presidency. And so maybe you can give us a quick kind of high-level summary of some thoughts in that regard, and any key points that you'd like to share.
What appears to be going on is a concerted effort among some of the top generals and Defense Department officials to undermine the credibility of the president, to undermine his ability to deal with the violence that's plaguing the cities of America today. And there is a level of arrogance and independence among the military that I have never seen in my lifetime, and I think it's reaching dangerous proportions. There are very top leaders of the effort, and General James Mattis is one. General Colin Powell is another one, and they are working together with an array of generals who are not, in my view, being responsive to their oath of office and even to the requirements of the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So